Hey, what's up? I'm Casey and this is CaseyReacts. Today we're going to be going through r/showerthoughts on Reddit. Do you ever have strange, intrusive thoughts? Such as, hey, that guy in the Mr. Olympia competition when flexing looks kind of like a croissant. Is my cat self-conscious about her weight? If a fly has its wings pulled off, should it really still be considered a fly? Well, then you belong on r/showerthoughts. It can be funny, it can be intriguing, and it can be downright trippy, but we always love it. Well, let's get right to it. You could hear 1,000 jokes and not remember any of them when you wanted to retell one, but remember every single one when you heard them told again. Yeah, but that's just kind of the way the mind works. A lot of the time, if you try to think on something too hard, the mind actively blocks it out. I don't know why, but that's what it does. However, my situation is different. I remember all of the jokes that I want to tell. The problem is, I don't remember that I've told them before, because I'll tell my wife a joke, and I think it's hilarious, and then she looks at me and says, "Honey, you've told me that 5 times now." And I go, "Wait, really? Are you sure?" She says, "Yes, because every single time I tell you that you've told that joke before, you say, 'Really? Are you sure?'" I don't know why, but my mind kind of hates me. Burger flipping is a thing where if you do it as a job, it's seen as a failure, but if you do it recreationally, it's a mark of success in life. I don't think I've ever heard of burger flipping being considered a mark of success in life. I mean, maybe the mark of success is that you can actually afford to own a grill? But I don't think saying that you can flip a burger is a mark of success. I mean, hell, I'm the least successful person I know, and I've been flipping burgers since I was 7. A cybersecurity student who can hack at the university's database and give themselves full marks probably deserves full marks. Yeah, if they did well enough in all their schoolwork that they can actually hack into the school's security system and give themselves the good grades, well, then they probably already earned those grades. So realistically speaking, they probably wouldn't have to go into it to do their grades anyway, because if they can actually do that, they were probably already making good grades. And now I'm just repeating myself. I'm going to stop this now. If the color of blood was different, the color for danger would most likely change too. I don't think it has to do with the color of blood. I think it has to do with what's more noticeable, like more of a loud, attention-grabbing color. Also, some places don't use code red. Some places, for extreme danger, they use code black. I don't know why, but that's just how it is. Students going to law school are seen as bright, upstanding citizens, but lawyers are often ridiculed by society and considered by some to be evil. So a couple things on this. One, I don't think they're considered to be evil just because they're lawyers. I think they're considered to be evil because a lot of people don't like that they charge so much for their services. The other reason that I think people think they're evil are because of criminal defense attorneys. Criminal defense attorneys are there to defend the criminal, and a lot of them can do their job really well, like in the case of OJ. Everybody knows that he killed his wife, but his lawyer, I believe his name was Johnny Cochran, was so good, he got off scot-free. Criminal defense attorneys aren't evil, and they don't think that criminals shouldn't have to pay. They're just doing their job. Their job is to make sure that the prosecution, that the plaintiff, that whomever is attacking them is going to be doing the best that they can. They're making sure that everyone else does their jobs. If the evidence isn't right, then they should not be putting that person, even if they know that they're the criminal, that person should not be put in jail until the proper evidence is collected. So unfortunately, some people that are guilty do get out scot-free. But they're just doing their job to make sure that everyone else is doing their jobs properly. Does it warrant hate? It should not, but it does. Nature gives us our adult teeth way before we are responsible adults. God, I wish I kept getting adult teeth throughout life. I mean, just like every 10 years, it'd really be nice just to have new teeth grow in. Like, maybe not 10 years, maybe every 15 years. It'll give you enough time to like not have to worry about constant pain all the time. However, if you have any issues with your teeth, you just gotta wait several years and boom, you get new ones. Plus my piggy bank is gonna be stacked by the time that I get all my baby teeth out, then my adult teeth, then my other adult teeth, then my other adult teeth, because I'm just not gonna tell my parents that I don't believe in the tooth fairy. We do not have a good grasp on just how much humanity can progress in a lifetime. In a single one, we went from the first flying machines to putting a man on the moon, and in the next lifetime, we went from room-sized computers to ones we carry in our pockets that are incomprehensibly faster. Yeah, technology is pretty amazing. Back in the 60s, you wouldn't be able to record or really do anything that we can do today with ease. And that has some good sides and downsides. Downsides is whenever you get a little bit more into technology, it might be a little bit harder for you to actually socialize outside of, well, the internet. Good things, of course, being we literally have the world's knowledge at our fingertips. It's incredible on what kind of information you can get on the internet. And it's also terrifying at what information you can get on the internet. If vibranium actually absorbed all vibrations, then it wouldn't make a sound when struck. Yeah, whenever Thor ended up hitting his hammer onto Captain America's shield in the Avengers movie, it made a big gong sound and like exploded with lightning. I get the lightning, but I don't really get the gong sound. If it's going to take every single bit of vibration, then it should take every single bit of vibration. The vibration is where the sound comes from, I mean. Also, if I remember correctly, Vision is made of vibranium. So, truth be told, there is no chance in hell that Vision could talk or fart and make noise. Like, maybe he could do some kind of telepathy or sign language, but all noise is just vibrations. If he's made of vibranium, there's no way that he'd be able to get any sounds out. Once electric cars are mainstream, someone will modify them to be really loud. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. But I get it. I know that this is absolutely true. There's going to be some guy out there that's like, hey, why is my car so quiet? I want to rev. But they're not going to be able to do it because you know what? It's an electric car. You can't really mod it to do that. So you know what they're going to do? They're going to grab their phones, hook it up to their Bluetooth, and they're just going to drive with the windows rolled down, playing loud car noises out of there, just so they can impress everyone as they drive by. It won't happen everywhere, but in the town I used to live in, that's a guarantee. If they ever did switch to electric cars, that's what they would do. Although all the hicks that I used to know, they probably wouldn't buy electric cars because they can't roll coal with cars. For those that don't know what rolling coal is, it's whenever you take your truck, you like really rev it out, spin it out, and get like huge smokestacks coming out. Basically the exact opposite of what you want to do whenever we're having a climate change epidemic. People saw Zuko as the villain because we were watching the show from Aang's point of view. When we started watching the show from the cabbage merchant's point of view, Aang is the true villain. Yeah, Aang and everybody destroys his cabbages all the time. Like, that guy's just got horrible luck. If you ever find a man selling cabbages on the street, stay the hell away from him because you're bound to get caught into some kind of explosion, animal attack, or literally anything. Poor guy. We deserve a spin-off based on the cabbage guy. I would watch that. Yeah, I don't need Korra, I don't need the Avatar universe, whatever. I want a spin-off for Cabbage Guy. And possibly Iroh. Scratch that. Definitely Iroh. A coma is a free trial of the afterlife, and when it expires, you either pay for the full version or you go back to life. You know, I wouldn't really call a coma a free trial of the afterlife, so there's a little bit of thought that comes into this. If you are religious and you do believe in an afterlife, if you do believe in a heaven, then a comatose patient really wouldn't be going to heaven because they're not dead yet. Their souls have not left their body. They might maybe be dreaming. They might be dreaming, or they might just see nothingness and then just wake up however many days, months, weeks, whatever later. The second thing on this is you're going to pay for the full experience or you go back to life. If you're going to die, if you go to an afterlife, you're not really going to pay for it. You're just going to die and then be in your afterlife. However, you go back to life, the way it's worded sounds like they're saying you won't have to pay for the full version. Trust me, if you wake up from a coma in the hospital, you're going to have to pay. You're going to have to pay a lot if you're in America, because American healthcare sucks. By that, I mean the payment system. You can get great healthcare in America if you're rich. If you work at a hospital and get into a bad enough car wreck on the way to work, you'll likely still get to your destination. So in that case, do you call your boss and say, hey, I can't come into work, but I'm going to be showing up at work. I got in a car wreck. Or do you just kind of like call and say, hey, I got into a wreck. Please don't make me work today. I don't really know how that would happen. The bad thing wouldn't be getting into a car wreck on your way to work, though. It'd be getting into a car wreck on your way back from work. Because then you're going to be carted off right back to the hospital and you're going to get really pissed off because you just left this place. I wonder if hospital employees get an employee discount. You can trigger dopamine reactions in other people at will once they do something nice for you by reminding them that they did something nice for you and saying thank you. See, that's a really nice shower thought. I like that. You can make people happy against their will. It's really nice. I wish I could do that for myself. I'm only kidding. My cats and my wife do that for me. Rather than being vegan, a better way to reduce your carbon footprint is cannibalism. They're not wrong. I mean, the less people we have here, the better things are going to get. And you're not eating plants, which means, boom, more oxygen. What's up? Jurassic Park's main lesson is about the dangers of mistreating your IT department. Who in the world would mistreat their IT department? Do you know how much things go bad? How often things need to get fixed by IT? They're constantly busy working on projects. Why in the world would anybody ever mistreat their IT department? They are the unsung heroes of the company. If not for them, that company would easily plummet. Philosophers are simply adults who never stopped questioning why as a child. That means that they're the people you don't want as your friends. I think I'm gonna get fries. Why? Because I like them? Why? Because they taste good. Why? I don't know. The salt or the seasonings or something just makes it taste good. Why? Why are you asking me why? Maybe fireflies see a blinking jet at full altitude and think it's the sexiest lightning bug they ever saw and die from horny exhaustion trying to reach that glowing ass. God, I don't think I have... Oof. I honestly don't think I ever would have said that sentence in my entire life. The sexiest lightning bug they ever saw and die from horny exhaustion trying to reach that glowing ass. No human should ever, ever, ever have the misfortune to say that sentence. It's terrible. I love it. 5 stars. The number of times you gain consciousness and lose consciousness during your life is the same. Oh God. Yeah, no, you're right. You come into this world, you're born, boom, consciousness 1, unconsciousness 0. You pass out one day, unconsciousness 1. But then if you die, unconsciousness and consciousness are even. If you live, consciousness 2, unconsciousness 1, and then you're still going to die one day, so it'll always come back to being even. Wow, that's weird. A job listing without the pay posted feels like a dating profile with no pictures. Yeah, if there's one thing I hate, it's A, going to try and work for a company and then they say, oh, by the way, you'll be paid $7.25 whenever it's something that requires a master's degree. The other thing I hate is whenever I go to meet up with someone on a dating app, and then I show up and it's just some large guy in a fish costume. Talk about getting catfished. Okay, that was way too corny. I'm sorry about that. There is not definitive evidence that dinosaurs did not make and wear tiny hats which got incinerated upon the asteroid collision. No, there is no evidence of that. For all we know, dinosaurs could have been more advanced than we are. I doubt it, because, you know, if they were more advanced than we are, they probably wouldn't have died from the asteroid. They probably would have found a way to stop it. But they might have made and worn tiny hats. I don't know if they would have, like, sheared sheep so they can make wool hats, or if they would have just, I don't know, put leaves and sticks together to make a makeshift hat, but that is definitely improbably possible. It's considered super lame to be into acting and theater as a kid, but famous actors are the coolest people on earth. I disagree slightly. My high school, the sports teams sucked. The football team, the baseball team, they were all terrible. So a lot of the funding went into the theater department. Not enough funding, but a lot of it did go into theater and band and just pretty much the arts in general. The arts got good funding at my high school and everybody loved it. Everybody went to see it and they always put on great shows. Not sure what it's like in other high schools, but I know that one, they absolutely love theater kids. But then again, I don't think most high schools are like classic high schools on TV. We really don't appreciate the fact that email is free. Not only that, but we definitely don't appreciate the fact that you can email across different platforms. If you use Gmail, you can email someone at yahoo.com, at AOL.com, someone that uses Outlook. It doesn't matter. That's amazing. I am shocked that we actually have that and nobody has to say, hey, can you get a Gmail account so I can email you? PlayStation and Xbox should learn a thing or two. I just want to play Halo on my PS4, damn it. It's odd that we've decided that drinking milk from a cow's tit is more socially acceptable than from a human's. I mean, I guess a little bit, but I don't think that we would ever find humans that are willing to just be milked and milked that much. They have to give it to their babies. Granted, I'm not saying the cows don't need to give it to their babies, but it's a lot easier to get the cows to do it than the humans to do it. However, speaking of that, how awkward would it have been for the first human that discovered cow's milk is good? I mean, think about it. He has to go into town, go to his friend and be like, hey, Greg, I need you to drink this. Well, what is it? Look, I can't tell you what it is. I can't tell you how I got it. and I can't tell you why I tried it until you try it. Please, just for me. Alright, and on that disturbing note, thank you so much for watching. Please be sure to come back throughout the week for more content. Please like and subscribe to help keep this channel going, and don't forget to have a great week.